In this video, I want to talk about solid edge sketching. I'm going to go ahead and start a new ANSI metric part from a template in Solid Edge. And it starts as in synchronous, so I'm going to right-click and transition to ordered. And from here, I'm going to open up a sketch. In order to just sketch, I'll click on the line command and then select a plane. Solid Edge wants you to use click-click sketching, and what I mean by that is you click and release at the start point of the line, and then click and release at the end point of the line. And then Solid Edge is going to assume that you want to make a chain of sketch entities, and we can use inferencing and automatic relationships and keep sketching until we've got a closed profile, and Solid Edge will kick you out of the sketch entity tool when you have a closed profile. A couple of the other commands to know are when you're sketching, you can end the chain by hitting right click, but this keeps us in the sketch entity tool. And we can keep sketching. If you hit escape, that will kick you out of the sketch entity tool altogether. Solidworks allows click click or click drag sketching. But click-drag sketching is only available with FreeSketch. And FreeSketch is a function within the sketch environment that allows you to do multiple things. For example, if you click and hold down, Solid Edge will give you a line, an arc, or even a rectangle. You can also do a circle this way, where you click the center and drag the radius. If you're sketching and you've created a mess like I have, you can use Control-A to select all and delete. There are also some tools that should be familiar to you. For example, if you click a line, click, and then you want to continue with a tangent arc, you can use the keyboard shortcut A and use the zones of intent at the end of that line to make a tangent arc, and then Solid Edge will switch you back to the line. You can toggle between a tangent arc and a line with A and L on the keyboard. Notice also that I'm getting a tangent symbol on the cursor, so I'm getting some automatic relations. There's another keyboard shortcut that you can use with line drawing. For example, if you've already started a line, you can use the S keyboard shortcut and it will draw a symmetrical line as if you had started at the midpoint. Notice that you can also key in values for length and angle as you're sketching. Solid Edge has a functionality called Intellisketch that will help you with your sketching. You've got to remember a 4-letter acronym: MICE, midpoint, intersection, center point, and end point. So to use the Intellisketch, I'm going to activate a line and then hover over another line, and I'll use the M keyboard shortcut, and I'm now sketching from the midpoint of that line. If I hover over again and I use the I, now I'm sketching from the intersection of those two lines. I can hover over the arc and use the C. Now I'm sketching from the center point. And you can use this for the second point of your line as well by using the E, and it snaps to the end point of the line. Dimensions, for the most part, work like Solidworks, but there are some significant differences, so let's take a look. For most sketching, we're going to use the smart dimension. For example, an angle dimension between these two lines is just going to give us a distance between the nearest endpoints. But what we can do is use the angle option, and then Solid Edge knows exactly what we're trying to do with that selection. There is another option called Auto Dimension, and this will automatically dimension everything that you draw as you draw it. If you're sketching in using click-click method, Solid Edge is going to dimension as you go. Most SolidWorks users are very concerned about fully defined sketches, and so let's take a look at that. Let's start off with a simple rectangle. Let's turn off the auto dimension first, and now we'll just sketch in a simple 2-point rectangle. To move this rectangle so that one corner is at the origin, I'm going to select one of the lines to expose the endpoint and then drag that onto the origin, or as Solid Edge calls it, the base. In Solidworks, if we had done that, this bottom line and the vertical line would have turned black. But in Solid Edge, it doesn't consider these lines fully defined until we have a length. So I'm going to key in a special length for that. The line turns black, the dimension turns red. Let's add another dimension. Notice now that the entire rectangle turns black, and that shows that the sketch is fully defined. This is not default Solid Edge behavior. I turned this on to demonstrate how Solid Edge works with fully defined sketches. To enable the fully defined sketch turning black, go to the Inspect tab and turn on Relationship Colors. Now let's exit this sketch and create another sketch with just a circle using one of the existing planes. We'll click at the center and then click the radius, and then again with this Underdefined sketch we'll exit. Now notice that we have two sketches. One is fully defined and one is underdefined. The underdefined sketch has a red pencil on it. Again, this is a special setting. Default Solid Edge doesn't do this. If you go to the Application button, Settings, Options, General, we have Indicate Under Constrained Profiles in Pathfinder. This will place the red pencil in front of any underdefined sketches in the Pathfinder. These techniques and options will help Solidworks users use Solid Edge more effectively. Thanks for watching.